my screen in a while. Okay. Okay. So this is the first one. Can you guys see? Do I need to make it bigger at all? Good. Okay. So again, you don't have to like memorize. You can look at it like on your own time. But what I think is so interesting too is like when you look up the breasts, you see a lot of stuff come up about like breast cancer um, because of how common it's become. But I think it's because women have become so disconnected from their breasts, like obviously. Um, you guys both know how I feel about that. But when you look it up, it's like right here, we have all like our lymph nodes and stuff. So like all like right here is all like our lymph nodes, right? Like they're connected all through here. That's why whatchamacallit, like for wearing deodorant all the time or whatever, like you can get a lot of inflammation there because you're not allowing any of that to come out. Um, when I first stopped wearing deodorant, I had swollen lymph nodes, right? So we have our lymph nodes right there, this areola, the nipple, obviously. And what's crazy is like, look at all like these veins and stuff that are like connected through our nipple, like all these veins, right? And then we have the pectoral muscle. Like I know, Amy, you, when you got your implants in, you couldn't really do chest. So like think about the impact of that. Or even when you got your boobs out, it was so hard to like do chest and stuff at the gym. That's because like our breasts and for us, our breasts are literally interconnected with our pectoral muscle. So if we're not pairing like the stuff that we're going to do today with like going to the gym, that's why we get so closed, right? We become so like, we become more like this instead of like open. Like a woman's posture is supposed to be more open, right? Like we're supposed to be more like, if we're in prayer with God, right? Like we're an offering to God, we're chest open, chest up, hands out. We're in like that mood. Um, I'm sitting right under my air conditioner, which probably wasn't my smartest idea. Okay, so this is what's always so crazy to me is these are all our ducts. So these right here, this is what produces milk when we get pregnant and stuff. So we have all these ducts like right here, just like literally waiting for us to like get pregnant and be able to feed a baby. Um, but it's still amazing to just connect with like when I think of breasts, I think of like nourishment. Why do we always want to give our breast to everyone? Why are we always trying to nourish everyone, right? Like it's really cool to like think about how we as women are trying to breastfeed everyone around us, right? So when I think of breasts, I think of nourishment. Um, and then like obviously like all the ligaments and stuff like that, and then the fatty tissue. So we have the fatty tissue, and then right here, look how it's connected. See this? Look how it's connected to our ribs. Like we're directly connected to our ribs, our rib cage. And then I have another picture I'm going to show you guys. Our rib cage, right? Our heart is inside of our rib cage. And our heart actually connects from the back to the front. So even though our breasts protrude outward, they're connected to the back of us, to our spine. So that's why, like, if we're not opening these pathways, we're not getting a full breath of oxygen. We're not getting full oxygen to our lungs and to our capacity. If we're like this a lot, I mean, so much of society is like this, right? So I wanted to show that because the work that we're going to do today is kind of like moving it away from the rib cage and like kind of like working with it in that sense. I thought this picture was cool. This is just more of like a Pinterest image that I used. But our spine, like our body is the tree of life. And so taking what I just showed you guys and then thinking about how our breast is connected to our back, it's like our breasts are literally nourishing the tree of life. It's fucking crazy. And so like I love this picture because it's like lit up. And basically it's like how we connect with the light of God, right? Like we connect with the spine, that's the light of God. Where's the one? Okay. So Pretend this is like a male image, but pretend like right here is like where our breasts are. So this is more so to show like the rib cage, right? So we have our breasts, and then underneath, obviously, we have our rib cage. And then right here, we have our heart, right? So we're just kind of like positioning all of that. I got a few other. This one's like not as good. This one shows the fascia, which I talked to you guys a little bit about fascia inside of emergence. Like our fascia holds memory. Like for you, Amy, your fascia holds the memory of your surgery twice, like getting them in and getting them out. So our fascia holds the stored memory. So that's like kind of like how, Haley, you read the book, The Body Keeps the Score. How does the body keep the score? Well, because our fascia holds on to it. And so if we're not getting into the fascia of our body, we're just literally going in circles and we're doing all the inner work for nothing, right? Like inner work is a huge part of it, but if we're not actually getting into the fascia of our body, we're just analyzing, we're just creating stories, right? Um, it's like it didn't matter how much inner work I did until I really started working with the physical capacity of like, and the cool thing about working with these physically is the body will never show you something that you're not actually ready for. She knows your capacity, right? So like if you start working with your breast daily and maybe like you're just feeling like numbness or you're not really feeling anything, it's because she just hasn't yet have the capacity to expose it to you or to show it to you. So it's just like that consistent devotion, daily massage, whatever that looks like. So right here, it shows like our fascia, then our muscle. So our fascia is what is connecting us to the body and to the rib cage and to the heart, right? So our body is literally holding the memory from the moment we're born. It's starting to hold the memory of, like for me, I almost like I basically was on the verge of like not breathing in the womb because my mom had to change positions and they told her that like I was going to stop breathing or that I was on the verge of not breathing. And so like my body has since that point has been wanting to get oxygen to my lungs. And I only just started recently really feeling oxygen come into my body that I'm like taking a breath for the first time that is like blows my mind. Um okay. Okay. So this is like just like another like layer to show like all the layers that we have, right? To kind of show like the fascia. And then we have like our superficial skin. So like our skin is only like what we see is so small compared to like what's all the layers underneath. So again, like getting into the fascia is what allows us to really kind of create the healing that we actually want. And I think the other ones are just more breast pictures. I wanted to show kind of like different ones. I really like this one too. I like this one because it shows how connected it is to the shoulder, like how this is all like connected right here. And like when we're working with it, we're working especially with like our shoulder blade. Um, but I love how this one really shows the way that it's all connected. Kind of like how like if you have lower back pain, it's never the lower back, it's the hips, the glutes, um, the legs. It's not just about the lower back. So it just really goes to show like everything in our body is literally connecting and communicating with each other. So I just find it really fascinating to see the pictures, um, because when you're moving through these processes, like I've been communing with my cervix more again because now I have my own room and I actually have the space to like do it more. Um, it's like I can get flashes and visuals of what my cervix looks like in my body, right? So I'm like connecting with my cervix and I can like, because I can feel her, I can like see where she is and she like grounds me into reality, keeps me stable, keeps me secure. Like she's my root. We'll eventually get to the cervix. I watched a podcast yesterday and they literally touched their cervixes on the podcast video. They didn't show anything. They had like dresses on, but they literally got in squats and like put their fingers inside of themselves. I'm like, our womb of creation calls might be getting might be, might be getting kind of wild. Cause I was just like, dude, like we need that to just like have that level of like I can like move you guys through like actual cervix touching. Eventually I want to be able to do that, like where we're actually going in and touching the cervix. Because I find just having that guidance allows you to have more comfortability doing it in your own time. Even if you guys come on and like don't have your cameras on, obviously, like to show yourself like squatting on the ground with the dress on. But I just find it so fascinating, like the level of grounding that happens there. Um, okay, so those are pictures. And then I have, okay, so let me stop the share. Okay, so now that we saw the pictures, we're gonna do a quick little breath practice. So the breath that we're gonna do is we're gonna tune to, it's gonna be brain, heart, womb. So we're gonna do womb, then heart, then pineal, crown, but we're gonna do fast breathing. So in, yeah, yeah, like that, Haley, good. So first we're gonna do it with our hands on our womb. I'm gonna time it. So we're just gonna do it for like 30 seconds. You're gonna do in, out, fast, and then you're gonna pull that energy up and do a breath hold for another 30 seconds. So I'll let you know when to do each. Okay, you guys feel good? Feel ready? Cool. Hands on the womb so you can like connect and go. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay, and this last one, bring it up. Hold and hold it there. Really bringing that energy up into your brain, connecting with your womb, womb to brain, brain to womb. 15 seconds, hold the breath. 10 seconds. Okay, release. Sigh. And now just take a minute to just hold your womb space and tap and feel that energy that's there. Regular breathing. 45 seconds of that. 30 seconds. Okay, good. Hands on the heart. We're gonna go back into our fast breath. So when you're doing this, keep the focus on the heart. Even if like you have to open a little bit, just give it a second. I need to have it on a number that's easy to keep track of. So just gonna place our hands there. Yeah, good. If you need to like fix your position, that'll be good too. Okay, we're just gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Good. Hold. If you feel lightheaded, that's okay. And sigh. Good. Now take a minute, hands on your hearts, and just tune into the energy that's there. Regular breathing. Feel the energy. In 20 seconds, we're going to go up here. We're going to hold our head. So we're going to start in 10 seconds. We're going to do the fast breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 15 seconds. Hold. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Or let it out. Not hold. Release. Good. And take some moments to just kind of like, I like to kind of just like tune into like my field around me and just kind of like feel into like how your energy field is there, right? Like you just really, these breathing exercises bring us like into our reality.